Hello, everyone. It's me, Andrew. I'm here in my home in lovely Ligonier, Pennsylvania. Hopefully, you all are doing well out there. It's a beautiful day here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Hopefully, it is equally, if not more so, lovely where you are. I see a couple folks have tuned in so far. Thanks for doing that. Thank you for liking and sharing our posts. It really helps. Michelle's watching. Hey, Michelle. Marianne's watching. Hi, Marianne. Michelle says, working on my circular brick stitch while waiting. Oh, good. Excuse me. I saw you post in William's group. Excuse me. I started drinking the ginger ale and it's spicy, but in a good way. I saw you were posting in William's Triers group that you had been doing circular brick stitch. And I think I know what may have happened. If you change directions when you're circling, it won't even out and it will get kind of not perfectly round. So that may have been what's happening if you're having issues. I don't know if you were able to smooth out the circle or not, but I think that may have been what happened. Let me know if that little tidbit helps, because I think that's what probably happened if you're having issues. I see Harry's watching. Hi, Harry. Harry said, I made a bunch of ceramic pendants, a vase, and some beads today. Oh, good. You're always so productive. Marianne says, I went and played a round of Word Connect. Oh, good. I don't know what that is. Is that like Scrabble or something? Suzanne is watching. Hey, Suzanne. Let's see who else is watching. Norma's watching. Hey, Norma. Donna's watching. Hello, Donna. Cheryl's watching. She says, hi there from steamy Milwaukee. I have a couple of folks who are moving to Milwaukee. One of the interns who is currently at Touchstone, Arthur, who is in the blacksmithing studio, he's going to be moving there for his grad program. So him and Taylor, and I think his name is Aiden, they're going to be the next grad school program people over at the University of Milwaukee. So maybe I'll go and swing by and see what they're up to. Lorraine's watching. Hi, Lorraine. Suzanne says it's only 110 today. Oh boy, that's too hot for me. Marianne said that Word Connect is sort of like Scrabble. Harry says it's 78 and raining today. It's kind of muggy here today, but I think it's nice today. Yeah, so let's do a recap on Monday. Well, actually, I should scroll back a little bit further. If you didn't see on Friday, we had a wonderful trunk show with Laura Lunsford. I know a lot of people got a chance to get stuff, and we put everything that wasn't claimed in an album on our Allegory Gallery Facebook page. So if you were like, oh, I don't want to claim anything, I watched it on the replay, I don't know if it's already claimed or not, that's a good place to go. If you are interested in anything, you can send us an email at info@Allegory Gallery and tell us which ones you're interested in. You can always right click and save that photo, so there's no chance of us not knowing which one you're talking about. So that's a good opportunity to do that. Laura sent a beautiful show. I'm kind of hoping that some of the pieces don't get claimed so that I get them. Me and William will have to wrestle over them. because he always gets to get one. Sometimes I'm like, no, no, you pick one. And then he picks his favorite. And poor little Andrew does without. Oh, wow. Bless his heart. I see a couple more folks have tuned in. Susan's watching. Hi, Susan. Sandra's watching. Hi, Sandra. Julie's watching. Hi, Julie. Marion said, I must have missed out on the ones I wanted. Oh, no. Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Well, actually, you don't really lose. You just don't get the ones you want. But there's a lot of good ones left. So if you are interested in any of those, up to they are currently available to my knowledge. I don't know if any of them sold or not since he's posted them. But yeah, I think, there's some really good ones there. So if you didn't see that, check that out maybe after this video. And also, I wanted to remind people to please like, share, comment on all of our posts on Facebook, because Meta is doing this kind of, it's an engagement kind of thing where we get a small amount of money for every engagement. And I think we're up to like $6 or something like that. But it's $6 that we didn't have before. So I'm going to keep urging people to click like and share. And yeah, I also wanted to say that if you're traveling out to Lancaster for Bead Fest, we're unfortunately not going this year. But if you're crossing through or passing by, definitely stop by. Even if it's after we're closed, you can always just message or email us at info@allegorygallery.com. And if we can squeeze it in, we'll definitely squeeze it in. I know some people, they travel really late at night or whatever, but if you're passing by, stop on by. I know one of our friends, they were going out maybe last year. I can't remember which year it was, but they like took a picture in front of the store and stuff and were posing, and it was super cute. And I was like, how come you didn't call me? I could have run over real quick and opened up and let you use the bathroom at the very least. So anyways, yeah. So let's see. A couple more folks have tuned in. Janice is watching. Hi, Janice. Donna says, beautiful ride to Johnstown today. Oh, good. Speaking of Johnstown, we, as many of you know, we're opening a new business in Johnstown. It's called Butcher Block Gallery. It's going to be opening in the Moxham neighborhood in Johnstown. Unfortunately, we're getting delayed a little bit. Some of the funding that we were hoping for didn't come through, so it's kind of pushed our timetables back a little bit. And I think, to be prudent, we're probably going to maybe launch the website over the winter, and then open in the spring. So that'll give us a little bit more time to get everything all polished up in the physical store there. So it's a little bit disappointing. We were really hoping to open this fall in September, but I don't think we're going to be able to make it work. I don't know if that's going to help, because it's a good one. It's the Fever Tree ginger beer, and it's like ginger ale, but like amped up, and super good, very flavorful. It actually has ginger in it. I know some ginger ales don't have ginger. We were just talking about that on, I think, Monday. And then, so if you missed that on Monday, what did we do on Monday? In theory, I know what we did, but I can't remember. It goes away. And we also debuted a bunch of mugs. So if you didn't see that, there's a bunch of new mugs and new designs in the Allegory Gallery website. That's www.allegorygallery.com. And then on Saturday, Jen, she debuted a new tutorial that's on our YouTube channel. So if you did not see that, check that out. It's a pretty good one. There was some issues with it buffering and stuff. So the quality, if you were there for the premiere, was a little bit not as high as it could be, but it has since buffered completely and uploaded smoothly. I checked it out, I think last night, maybe the night before, I can't remember. And it had smoothed out and was perfect quality. So if you're interested in that, check that out. Marianne said the design challenge mixes, correct. So we debuted 2 new design challenge mixes. One is for August and one is for September. And that's so that you can kind of plan ahead and get them in time. I know somebody said that they didn't get theirs in time and they were disappointed that they didn't get theirs in time to play along. If that ever happens, you can still hang out with us and use another kit or something else. Nobody's going to be like, you can't play with us. You can't sit here. So, yeah, those launch on the website. That's allegorygallery.com. And I think they're both really good mixes. I tried really hard to make them nice and lush and delightful. And then on Tuesday, yesterday, I showed the beginnings of how to make a beaded bead. There are a lot of different ways of doing beaded beads. So just keep that in mind. Once we flip the camera around, I'll show you kind of what it looks like. I kind of went off script. During my presentation, I talked about putting alternating rows of smaller beads and bigger beads and smaller beads and bigger beads. But I only did the bigger beads and I left some of the base beads showing, and I didn't want to cover it up because I liked the effect. So I went off script, and I'll make another sample up using the other technique, and then you can see. This is also a really wonderful thing to do. If you want to highlight a particularly interesting beading thread, sometimes you'll get some beading threads and you're like, why is this like bright green? And this is a cool idea for that because the beading thread does show and it does become incorporated into the design. So I think it's a pretty cool thing. I haven't really seen anybody else do it. So yeah, hopefully folks will check it out. It's just another variation on brick stitch, just on a curved surface. So yeah, I'm in it to win it with a brick stitch lately. All right, so the next thing I wanted to remind folks of is if you are in the area, if you're in the Ligonier area on September 9th, hopefully you'll come out to the Meet the Merchants event. William posted a flyer in all of the local forums and groups. And I believe there's a flyer, an event set up on our Facebook page. So if you are going to come, let us know so that folks can plan accordingly. I know that Simply Goods is going to be there with some food. And if a ton of people come, I know they would be sad if they run out of food. So, yeah, hopefully you all will take advantage of that. We also talked about book club. Book club was a lot of fun. If you did not get to see that, we streamed in the Inspired by Reading group, and you can watch along. I think you can watch it on a replay, but that's in the Inspired by Reading group. So you have to check that group out specifically because it's a closed group and there's like teachers and stuff who are in that group and they don't want their students to find them or whatever. And so yeah, that's a closed group. So if you are not currently in that group, you just have to say join, and then William or I will add you. Now, one thing I will say, if you're trying to get into a group and your profile is super locked down, like you don't have a picture of yourself and you don't post your real name and you have all the security and privacy things like locked up, go ahead and send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com and say, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah on Facebook. Please add me to the group. Because somebody, they had really put a lot of effort into locking down their profile, and neither William or I could tell if they were a real person or a spam bot. So we declined their application, and they were like, hey, I wanted to post my project. And we're like, we didn't know you were a real person. So if you are trying to get in and you can't get in, just send us an email and we'll help take care of that. Up next in our book club book for August is Braiding Sweetgrass, and I definitely 100% recommend it. It's a beautiful, beautiful book, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm actually going to listen to it again. I enjoyed it that much, and I have lots of ideas already, so I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be able to get them done. And then, yeah, the next kind of big event in town after coming up fairly soon is Fort Days, which is Fort Ligonier's Days. And that happens the second full weekend of October. And if you're planning to come, let us know and we can help make arrangements for where you can park and different things like that. Sometimes people come to town and then they see all the people and they're like, what in the world? And then they just drive off and then they never stop and see us. So that makes me sad when people don't actually get to see us and they plan to come. So keep us in the loop. You know where to reach us. So if you remember a couple of weeks ago, one of my friends had reached out to me and they were parting with their handmade Lampwork Glass collection. And they asked to remain anonymous. So we are going to honor and respect their wishes to remain anonymous. And they sent some more goodies to post. So we're going to be helping them clear out some of the beads that they have. Maybe they made them, maybe they didn't. I'm not going to say which. And yeah, so I have more of those today. If you are interested in claiming anything tonight, all you have to do is email us at info@allegorygallery.com, put the lot number. If you are a new participant and you've never ever purchased from us before, make sure we have your address, your current and valid shipping address. For one, if you are in the state of Pennsylvania, we are required to collect sales tax. So we have to do that for that. And if you, we also have to calculate shipping for you. So we never want to charge more than what we get charged for shipping. So just email us at info@allegorygallery.com. If you have moved or you're on an extended vacation or whatever kind of scenario that's happening, let us know and we can hold on to your package. We can send it to a different address. We'll work with you so that your package doesn't get lost or damaged in transit and it gets to you smoothly, safely, and there's no problems. All right. So we've got a lot of really beautiful Lampwork Glass beads tonight. We're starting a little bit later than usual because we had to get that all figured out. And yeah, so we're here now, and I'm going to flip the camera around. You're going to see the ceiling for a second, and then I'm going to show you what we did yesterday off camera. All right. One day we'll have a nice setup where we can just push a button and it'll twist it. I know a couple folks have that already, and it's nice. All right, let me zoom down. All right, there's my little felt. Here's my magic penny. And here is excuse me, the beaded bead that we started yesterday. I have a lumpy one there. And I got my cat hair, of course, on it. Hi, Fran. It's been a while since I've seen you on here. All right. So we used a pearlized plastic bead. I picked these because they're super lightweight and I can make a they come in large sizes, so I like them. So when I was covering them with the beaded part, I like that little peak, that peekaboo effect of the pearlescent peeking through. So I didn't want to cover that up. Normally, I would probably put some rows of smaller beads in between here to kind of fill in that space and keep the rows kind of straight. They're a little bit wavy gravy in some places, but I thought was fun. And yeah, I think that's a pretty cool look. Normally, when you see it, you see the beads going sideways, or you see the sides of the beads, and this way you see the holes. So the holes kind of become a part of the design element. Norma says, I love how that turned out. Oh, good. I like how when people like how things work out. Lorraine says, pretty. Thanks. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, so that's just one way that you can do it. There's about a dozen different ways that you can do a beaded bead, and maybe I'll do some more. I was going in the garage and kind of organizing in the garage, which is super hot, and I'm always crazy for doing it in the middle of summer. Last summer, I was moving furniture around. I actually blacked out a little bit in the garage. It was so hot, it felt like I was in the oven. But anyway, so there's a box of wooden beads, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this box of wooden beads that somebody in the 1970s made for macrame? I mean, they're cool, but I don't know. So I have an idea for what we can do with them. And if we do that, I'll keep you in the loop. How about it? All right. And if you did not see, Jen has, they filmed last night at Star Cottage Studio, and William already got the video edited. So that's good to go for Saturday morning. I hope folks tune into that. It's a really cool project. I love resin and all things resin. It's near and dear to me in my heart. When I was a little kid, I used to, one of my neighbors had a yard sale, and she in the 80s she had basically a business where she made these great big earrings out of like cardboard that she had taken puffy paint and took like a comb and dragged it through the puffy paint, made squiggles and stuff, and like sprinkled glitter on, and then covered in this resin. And so I got one box of it from her because we didn't really have that much money. So I had to I crushed cans and turned in the cans to make money. And so whenever I had a little bit of pocket money, I went over to her house and knocked on her door. And she got kind of annoyed, I think, because it was long after her yard sale. And she's like, I'm not a store, you know. This is like a private residence. And I was like, well, I want some more resin. And finally, after going back several times, she just gave me the rest of the box. And I kind of want to believe that she was encouraging a young artist to explore different art materials. However, the more likely reality is that she was getting annoyed of me knocking on her door every couple days, and wanted to be rid of me. So, anyways, I used to secretly hide it and do resin in the closet, which is not something you should do. You should definitely get out of the closet and do resin out of the closet. Um, and I got out of the closet in more ways than one, LOL. But no, um, yeah, actually, but Yeah. So, anyways, I got the resin. So, resin is something that is near and dear to my heart. And I hope you all like that project because I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, so check that out. That's coming on YouTube on Saturday morning. Check that out. Be sure to like, share, and heart that to Kingdom Come. And yeah. All right. So let's get to it. How about it? I see a couple people. Lorraine says, I love resin too. Marianne says, that resin project looks neat and can hardly wait to watch it. Oh, good. Cheryl says, that turned out so cool. Julie's laughing at my childhood stories. Good. Um, and Fran is giving me positive affirmations of how I'm awesome. Thank you. All right. So, as I mentioned previously, one of my friends is downsizing their collection of handmade Lampwork glass beads. They've asked to remain anonymous, so we're going to honor that. So, if you ask me, where did these come from or who made them? Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to say. So let's just get that out of the air so that we don't have, or just get that out in the open, and then we don't have to talk about that anymore. So if you are interested in claiming any of these beads, please email us at info@allegorygallery.com. The information is right up here at the top. I hope I'm on the right side of the screen pointing. Um, and that's the best place to claim it. If you claim in the comments or send me a DM or send a smoke signal or do something like that, I'm not going to get it. And then you definitely are not going to get the bead. So, or beads. So be sure that if you seriously want to claim these, send an email to info@allegorygallery.com. And if there's any changes in your shipping address, let us know so that we can send them out to you and they get to you. All right, let's start the business. Who's ready? All right, so first up is lot E1, and it's a beautiful one. It's a hollow bead, and it's a beautiful. I don't know if you can see all the opalescent layers in it. It's got that beautiful. You can see it's hollow. And it's an opalescent glass, which has kind of a milky, slight blue and a slight gold tone to it. It's nice and lightweight. So this is a lovely bead. It's this big. I won't cover up the penny so that you can see that. And it's kind of got an abstract floral design. At least that's what my interpretation of it is. There's dots and swirls with these kind of almost like a dandelion fluff. Susan says, at first I thought that was a backwards 3. So did I. But that's how he writes his E's. So, anyways, this is lot E1. It's only $15 for this Lampwork glass focal bead. Now, to sweeten the deal here, if you claim before tomorrow's live event, you're going to save 10%. I've been authorized to do that. So if you want to save 10% off of this bead, claim it before tomorrow night. And I think this is very reasonably priced as it is. If this was like retail regular, it'd probably be like $24. But for now, it's $15. And if you claim before tomorrow's live, you'll save 10%. So don't miss out on that. Send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com. All right. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful bead. If nobody gets that, I'll keep it. All right. We have another bead coming up in lot E2. This one is also $15. And it's another of those hollow. Look how it's glowing. Can you see how that's glowing? I think that's magic. That's simply magic to me. And this is lot E2. It's got another kind of abstract design. This kind of looks like a face to me, but it's on that beautiful opalescent glass. And it's got that wonderful, it's got a large hole too. So if you want a nice ample hole, this is a good one. Leather would definitely fit through that. Several beaded strands with seed beads would fit through that. A nice big hole. And this one is E2 and it's $15. Now remember, if you claim before tomorrow's live, you'll save 10%. And yeah, I love opalescent glass. It's one of my my obsessions is opalescent glass. I follow an enamelist and she works primarily with opalescent glass, and I am like on fire for it. And I got some to try out, and I need to do something in practice because all of my opalescent glass usually cracks. So there's a special art form to it. And yes, when people do it and they do it right, it's magical. When I do it with my loving hands of home approach, it does not always turn out. But luckily, whoever made this bead did a great job. All right. Susan says opalescent glass is so beautiful. I agree. It's one of my favorites. It glows with like an inner fire to it, like an opal. Opalescent makes sense. Teresa's watching. Hey, Teresa. All right. We're going to have lot E3. This one is also $15. And it is also one of those opalescent glass treasure beads. I love this kind of squiggly abstract. That one almost looks like a hashtag to me. They're really beautiful. They kind of remind me of pineapple quartz, you know, that synthetic opalescent glass. And yeah, that's beautiful. All right. This is lot E3. It's $15. And if you claim before tomorrow night, you can save 10%. Look at that. I love how you can kind of see through them too. Like you could, it's got this lovely kind of hazy glow. I could stare at this all day long, but then y'all would get so tired and bored of just looking at this one bead. So this is lot E3 and $15 and save 10% if you're interested. All right. I kind of want to squirrel one of these away just for my own particular use. I'll put this in a case. Nobody has to know, right? The trick will be finding which one is my favorite. I don't know. Maybe it's this one. This is another one of the hollow opalescent glass beads with abstract design. This one, I think, is one of my favorites. I'm just going to call it. Actually, I don't know. I can't pick. So this is lot E4. It is also $15. This one, I think, has a little bit more of that color, that a little bit more of that smoky color in it. And these ones, like I said, have a nice ample hole. You could probably, if you did it right, you could probably put little giblets inside that could shake around and make a really cool kind of like almost like a rattle. Maybe little opal chips or something, and then put some bead caps on the end. You'd have to pick really small things to go in, but I think that could be a cool idea, you know? Um, Michelle says, would look beautiful with leather. Yeah, it would bring out the warmth in the bead. This is lot E4 and it's $15. And if you order before tomorrow, you can save 10%. All right. I love that. I had some there was a kit that we sold. I can't remember what kit it was, but it had some of the vintage opalescent glass and like a sand color. And I am in love with that glass. I think Amanda was showing it um, on a live or a make along or something like that. And I just love it. And I think those would go perfect with this. All right, we've got another, but a different shape for this one. And this is lot E5. This is $14 only, y'all. This is only $15. These would be usually way more. And you're going to save also. So this one is an elongated shape. It's got an abstract design. Y'all, this is beautiful. It's a hollow opalescent glass form. And isn't that magic? Let's just admire it for a second. Let me see if I can go a little bit closer so your eyes can fill with covetous want. Because I know mine are. Take a look at that. Oh my word. And I love how in certain areas you get that like blushing almost. Be still my heart, y'all. All right, that's lot E5, only $14. And you can save an additional 10% using the coupon, or you're not gonna have to use a coupon code. If you claim it before tomorrow night, then you'll save 10%. Boy, I'm getting so bewitched by the beads. I'm starting to do stream of consciousness here. I'm gonna start reciting epic poetry in a second. All right. Up next, we've got E6. This one's also $14. It's another one of those opalescent glass hollow beads with the abstract kind of squiggly design. It's a little bit of a different shape than this one. It's a little bit rounder. This one's a little bit more narrow at the top. Another goodie. If you did not get a chance, email us at info@allegorygallery.com. It looks like there's like an unk symbol in that one, or a cross, whatever your particular flavor is, or a Bridget cross. That'd be apt for this time of year. All right, that's lot E6 and is only $14. And as I mentioned previously, you'll save 10% if you order before tomorrow's live. All right, so this is the last one for a minute of the opalescent glass. This is lot E7 and is $14, only $14. And it's another one of these opalescent hollow form beads with the squiggles. And I just love these. I particularly like when it glows. You can see that kind of a glow. I really enjoy that. This one's got a little bit, it's got a little window through that. And these ones, like I said, have nice ample holes. So you can fit a fair good amount of stuff through that. I should always keep a piece of leather with me so you can see it. Let me see if I can rustle up a piece of leather and you can see me put that through. I don't think I can find a piece of leather right now. All of that's at the cottage and at the store. Either way, this is still a lovely bead. Worth way more than $14. It's an excellent, excellent deal. And then also save on top of that. All right. We got another request for more of these floral beads from last time. This is lot E8, is $18 for not one, not two, but three of these beads. This is the matching set of these floral beads. This has a beautiful kind of a burnt pink, dusty rose kind of background color. And then you have this lovely floral motif with some purple and some coral and aqua flowers. There's two that kind of look similar. And then you've got one that's got that same motif, but is more in the center, and these are more towards one side. So if you wanted to make a design with that, a matching bracelet or necklace, you could easily incorporate that. These ones, they're plain on the back. Well, plain. Has beautiful kind of a dusty rose back. This one has striations in it. You can see where they mix the colors of the glass. And then they've got this lovely work where they've twisted and laid it out, the canes, and did that in a flame. Isn't that wild? It's kind of like drawing, but a lot hotter. And then one of the cool things is that they annealed these, and the annealing process kind of gets everything all together. It makes them, it gives them a bath of heat, and that heat soaks into the very core of it, and it's unifies all of the structure, so it makes it nice and sturdy. So if you're interested, you can email us at info@allegorygallery.com and let us know which ones you want. Now, these ones we have, even though there's some that are similar, we've kind of parceled them out so that there are one by one. So it's a first come, first serve basis. If there is one that you wanted, but you didn't get, and there's an alternate that you would like instead, you can also let us know if there's an alternate that you want that's in that same family. Just say, let us know if you want another one, and we can pick it out for you, or we can send a picture or whatever. But that's a great way to claim these if you missed out on the lot. Some of them we have, like with the opalescent ones, we had, 7 different varieties of that opalescent, but within that, there are 2 or 3 different kinds. And so, yeah. Okay, if you want a matching pair for earrings for that set, this is lot E9. It's $8 for 2 beads, y'all. Those would make really cute earrings to go with that set. It's got that dusty rose background, and then that lovely purple and coral and aqua floral motif. If you tuned in a couple weeks ago when we did the other Lampwork beads, you'll notice that that floral motif is kind of a reoccurring theme. So these are very affordable, would make great earrings. And like I said earlier, if you claim before tomorrow evening, when we go live again, you'll save 10%. It's always good to do it sooner than rather than later, because then William can do all of the spreadsheets. And also, you won't miss out on anything. All right, this is lot E10, and it is only $24 for this large focal bead, and this is super gorgeous. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little bit of a metallic sheen in here, and it's got this beautiful kind of it's got a beautiful pale blue over top the core, and then you've got this floral motif on top of it, and there's a little bit of gold shimmer mixed into the glass around the tip, so it almost looks like it's capped. And then this is lot E10, and it's $24 for this large Lampwork Glass focal bead. And like I said just a second ago, you can save 10% off if you claim before tomorrow night's live. All right. All right. So that was E10. Up next, oh boy, this is another good one. Is lot E11 and it's $22 for 1, 2, 3 beads. Holy smokes. And you've got this cool kind of peacock vibe. There's like a silver color underneath. It's like a sparkly dichroic with this lovely shape on top with the contrasting blue and orange, and then it's got like a cap of floral goodness there on the top. These alone, probably you could resell these for $22 a piece. And yeah, so these are beautiful beads, handmade Lampwork glass, and yeah, you get 3 beads for lot E11. It's $22, and then save if you claim before tomorrow night's live. All right. Hopefully you all are doing well out there and that you're enjoying these. These were super popular when we shared the first batch of these. I know people really enjoyed them. Hopefully people will continue to like them. And all right, so this one is a little bit different. Let me change that real quick. So these are not Lampwork glass beads. These are epoxy resin beads, epoxy clay beads that have had bead caps and embellishments embedded. This is lot E12 and is $14. I think these are fun. They're really ornate. I think they're a fun kind of thing that you could do yourself if you wanted to. I think they're just fun. There's some rhinestones embedded, and little bits of ball chain embedded. I think these are really fun. So if you're interested in these epoxy beads, it's lot E12 and they're $14 for this set. All right. Susan says, ooh, nice. Yeah, I think those are fun. All right. Let's do lot E13. Oh boy, these ones are nice. I like these. 1, 2. These ones you could probably sell for $18 each. And these are kind of like a triangular tube, or triangles on the ends. And then you've got a little bit of this ivory color, and there's a little bit of clear. It almost looks like dewdrops, and it's got that beautiful kind of pink. And then when they insert the tip like this, it creates a little tiny air bubble. Can you see that little tiny air bubble in there? And I think that's really cool. It reminds me of a paperweight that my grandma used to have, and all the kids would fight over who ought to hold this paperweight. You would think that this paperweight was like made of gold, solid gold or something, how violently we fought over them. But anyway, so here is this one's a little bit different than this one, so just keep that in mind. This one is dark, kind of almost a purpley navy dark. I'm saying purple. It looks like purple to me on either side. And this one has a light color, a light blue on the bottom. and a dark purple on the top. So this one's a little bit different than this one. Similar but different. This one has clear kind of dewdrops, and this one has kind of pink ones. Marianne says, gives me Venus flytrap vibes. And then Cheryl says, those scream Barbie. I like them. These are super cool. I think they're neat. They're like a beautiful alien fruit. All right, that's lot E13. It's for $18 for 2 beads. That's a deal, y'all. And they're nice big focal beads too. So definitely a good value. All right, so let's go into, this is another focal bead. This is lot E14. This is $20 for this amazing heart. It's got dichroic glass in it. It's kind of hard to show these because how awesome they are, because there's a little bit of a reflection. Glass is definitely, these are not etched, so there's a little bit of a reflection. But these are like little paintings with glass. I love it. This is a Lampwork Glass heart focal bead. It's got this beautiful kind of fuchsia pink with slashes of that coppery goodness with little points of purpley light. Very beautiful. It almost looks like there's a figure with their arms upstretched on this side. I can tell where they took a hot like needle-like tool and dragged it down the center to create that. That's lovely. All right, so that's lot E14 and is only $20. All right. Hopefully you all are enjoying these. I know I do. Not only does it help us out, but it helps out a fellow maker. This is lot E15 and is $18. Teresa said, this show is a perfect ending to my day. Oh, good. Marianne says, or at the JJ. I'm like, it's look like a figure. I actually think, I don't know. Anyway, so here you go. It's lot E15, and we've got these 2 flowers on each side. So if it rolls around, you'll still be able, it's still looking nice. It's got that beautiful smoky amber color in the background that's a transparent. And then it's got these lovely purpley flowers. That's a really beautiful bead. I like the clear dots as well. It does this weird kind of distortion effect, which you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's kind of cool how it it's a little bit trippy how that transparent almost moves when you look at it. All right, this is lot E15 and is $18 for this Lampwork Glass focal bead. And remember, save 10% off if you claim before tomorrow night. And the hole on this one goes top to bottom. Now, this hole is a little bit smaller, just so you know. It's not a great big hole. Like some of the Lampwork Glass beads has great big ginormous hole. And this one has a pretty petite hole. I mean, it's still pretty ample for what it is, but it's not as big as some of the other ones. All right. Up next is lot E16 and it's $24. This is a beautiful, another floral bead. I just think this is so cool. I could stare at this forever. All right. So they've got a core, and the core is like a minty green color. And then if you look off to the side, I don't know if you can see this, but you can see the stamen of the flowers kind of popping up. And then there's also swirls of gold in there. I don't know if you can see that. And then there's a butterfly too. That looks like it's a dichroic. So it kind of looks like a morpho butterfly in there. Let me see. I'll try to get closer so you can see this. And this is a great big focal bead. And it's like a garden and a bead. Getting it just right. Let's see if that helps. The perfect thing is like this. And then, so if you're on a phone, you can kind of zoom in. And there's tiny little flowers also. So you have these bigger, they almost look like daylilies, but purple and white, almost like stargazer lilies. And then you have this butterfly, and then you have these tiny little white flowers. There's so much in this bead. There are so many layers, and it's almost like these flowers are floating on water or in air, and you have this beautiful butterfly. So this is lot E16. It's only $24. I cannot believe it. The amount of work that goes into this is so much work. And when you get to a larger size like this, if you don't anneal this properly, it will break in half just by looking at it. So they've done a wonderful job of making this and put all those layers of glass in there. Really beautiful floral bead. All right, lot E17, only $20 for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 beads. Holy smokes. All right. So this is kind of that dusty pink with that glittery kind of bronze, and then a rib of that kind of green, like a vine. And then you've got that floral motif on top of that beautiful kind of dusky pink. So Marianne said the prices are amazing. I agree. Um, And so we've got 3 of these floral beads and then 2 of these more abstract designs. So you could break them up, keep them together. It's up to you. You could make some earrings and like a necklace, or make 5 separate pieces. Use these as accent beads, string them up all together. So many different options. This is lot E17 and it's only $20. Oh boy. All right. Up next is lot E18, $20 for 2 beads. These go with the lot previously. These are a little bit larger. Um, these could be matched with the other set or done separately alone. And, so you've got this kind of a beautiful puffed coin shape with a lovely floral motif on top. This one is a double-sided floral bead. So you've got the floral with a little bit of that kind of burnished bronze in the back, kind of glittering in the background there. And then this one here. It has kind of a Art Nouveau vibe, and then these kind of like almost like fairy wing shapes in the background as well. So these ones for lot E18 is only $20 for these two beads. And if you claim before tomorrow night's live, then you'll save 10%. And if I forget to say that, you're gonna save 10% on the lot. It's for all of the lots tonight. You'll save. In case I forget to say it for one of the lots as we're going through. All right, y'all. Lot E19. What? Only $6 for this bead. Holy smokes. I cannot believe it, y'all. I cannot believe it. It's this kind of ivory lentil shape with this beautiful blue and lavender floral motif on the front. Only $6. What? Holy cow. What in the world? What in the hey? All right. That's a nice focal bead for $6 only, plus save 10%. Basically, they did this for free. And should be they're paying you to buy them, basically. The glass probably costs more than that. Um, Susan says, what? $6? I know. That's a good price for that. All right. This is lot E20, and it's back to more reasonable prices. Holy smokes, y'all. This is a focal bead. Oh boy. So you've got this kind of, either way, it's almost like a strawberry shape like this, where you've got a beautiful kind of emerald green background, and you've got these little round cane work of florals, and then it's studded with these amber dewdrops and a little bit of this gold tracery, that kind of gold glitter tracery around them. So this is a beautiful bead, very detailed, very ornate. This is a really cool, I think this is such a lovely bead. This is lot E20 and is only $20. And if you claim it before tomorrow night, you know the deal. You save 10%. So, and if you're just tuning in, we're doing a Lampwork Glass, handmade Lampwork Glass, basically at these prices, D-stash. And we're helping a friend with their collection. And here you go. This is lot E21, and it's only $18. It's one of these wonderful abstract lentil beads. I think these are almost like little paintings. There's so much in them. I just love how very detailed they are. Um, and they've got such wonderful character. I believe they're using like an ivory glass and letting it have a reaction. So sometimes when you get it to heat up, it creates these different kind of almost like a marbling texture. And so it's got such a wonderful fluid abstract design. And so the core is this black, the background is this a jet black with a smoky ivory with the pale purples and lavender and a little bit of cream. And it's got, some of those have a little bit of a metallic sparkle in them. These are really wonderful. Susan says, reminds me of Gustav Klimt decorative motifs. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Even these, if you look closely, there's a little bit of that botanical leftover. So like this shape here kind of looks like a botanical reference, or like a barnacle or something like that. But beautiful, beautiful abstract design on this. And this is lot E21, and it's $18 for this lentil bead. All right. Oh boy, we've got another goodie coming right up. I mean, they're all pretty goodies, but this one is really cool. All right, E22 is $18 for this large focal bead. And this is such a cool bead. Look at that kind of wonderful polka dot pattern. It's got that dark, it's almost a super dark blue, a super dark like Prussian or Payne's gray blue with ivory dots, almost like one of those shells. And then you've got that burnish, coppery bronze color and this really cool kind of abstracted leaf with all those little spirals in there. And you can see where that kind of ivory glass has turned into, got a reduction to it. So it's got those kind of almost like when they take glazes and they mix it with a bubble solution and then they put it on the ceramic and then it creates this really cool kind of almost spiderwebby kind of pattern. This has a healthy size hole. This would be beautiful like this or like this. I think that's a really lovely bead. It's a focal bead for $18 plus a discount if you order before tomorrow night's live, and is lot E22. All right. So moving on, we're going to go to lot E23. And this is my jam, y'all. It's a large focal. It's got rainbows on this film here. And it's a large focal bead. There is a little bit of a ridge right here, which if you're using that, if you got a wire and you're going to trap that wire, it will sit right there and nestle in between that. So if you wanted to hang stuff up, if you wanted to hang this like this and have that wire in there, oh my goodness, it would nestle in there perfectly. And then you could do like a wire wrap on this and have it studded on this outside and it wouldn't like move around. You know how sometimes if you have a perfectly round and smooth bead, if you put a wire, it can kind of travel. But because it's got that kind of ridge where they've pressed it, that would fit real nicely right there. And this bead is such a beautiful, there's a little bit of gold, and that looks like real gold leaf to me in there. And you've got that wonderful swathe of opalescent glass and ambers. It looks almost like blue because it's got that opalescence in it. And this is lot E23. It's a large bead. It's flat on the back too. So if you wanted to use that, if you wanted to string that through with some of that hemmed silk ribbon and just wrap it around, you could have an instant bracelet and have this beautiful focal bead. Susan says, I got a mate to this one, the last Lampwork Glass show. The one you have here has more gold though, and this would be perfect for fall. It's like singing with energy. I don't know if y'all can sense that or not, but it's like bling. It's singing to me. Let me get a sip of a drink. The only thing that's bad about those Fever Tree sodas is that they're so small, the bottles. I'm like, is this for like a child that likes really spicy soda? Let's just admire this for a second. Holy smokes, y'all. We love that raspberry in there. Whoa, and see, look. I would be tempted to put this in like a window sun catcher kind of action. Call down the the spirits of autumn. I don't know. That's a beautiful bead. Lovely focal bead, only $22 plus a little bit of a discount. Can't go wrong with that. All right, this is lot E24. Susan says, I try to keep ginger ale on hand for sick tummies. Yeah, that one actually has real ginger in it, so that would be good for it, not just like a synthetic flavor. This one has that beautiful transparent clear glass with swathes of amber kind of going through it, almost like waves of heat or fire moving through it. And then you've got these lovely little studs of like an oceany blue. But when you look at them on the side, look how that changes. Like it almost looks like a bullseye from this angle. And then you turn it like this, and it's back to being that blue. So it's almost like it's dancing. I don't know if there's a better look at that one. It's got opalescence to it. It's just glowing at you. It's making my camera do all kinds of crazy things like focusing and refocusing because it's like, what? Too much beauty, too much beauty. And then when you have this like this, it looks awesome. It has more of almost like a decorative motif. So this is lot E24 and it's only $22. A good deal. Boy, I'm a sucker for opalescent glass. All right, up next we have lot E25. This one's also $22. And this one is kind of like freebies in one. And it's a matte, so it's been acid etched. And it's stacked. So you've got this little bead, this kind of medium bead, and then this upside down teardrop. And then it's got a floral motif on it. So, and it's got this lovely kind of lavender haze to it. And it is matte finish on this. So it gives it a really lovely satiny look to it. I think that's really cool. Let me see if I can get that in there without sticking my hands in there and making it focus on my nails. I think that's a really lovely bead. It's a focal bead, only $22 for this focal bead. Plus, we'll save 10% if you order and claim it before tomorrow night's live. All right. That's a beautiful bead there. It has a very Art Nouveau style to it, in my opinion. I think that would go well with some of the Kevin Potter dyes that he's producing, where he's got those like Art Nouveau ladies that represent the different elements. All right, this one is $18. This is another matte bead. It's been acid etched, it looks like. And this one is a little bit more of a graphic style. It's on top of this beautiful transparent where you can see the other design on the other side. I think that's such a cool thing. And so either if it flips over, it still looks nice, I think. And it gives this weird kind of optical illusion where that matte finish and the distance in between the transparent to it, it almost has an optical illusion. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I think that's super cool. It's almost like it's like 3D, but it's one of the more flat ones. And is $18 only for lot E26. Take a look at that. I like it. That's a good one. I love the acid etch on that glass. Let me tell you. Oh, here it goes. E27, $15. One of my opalescent glass swirly friends. I like this one. This one has those big holes. Look at that. Oh my. That one almost looks like it has a question mark in it. It's like, does Andrew get this one? We shall see. I just love these. These are lot E27. I think these would look really great with that hemmed ribbon. Those would be a super clean edge. Either fish it through and put another bead. If you're going to do that, you can take a piece of monofilament or fishing line and put that in and use it as kind of like a needle to help guide your ribbon, and then just pull it through, string up a bead, and then string it back up through there, and then call it neat. Instant necklace or bracelet. You can use that also if you tie a loop on the end with that ribbon, then you can use this as a closure. It kind of would stick up a little bit, but you know. And why would you put this either in the back or I don't know. I don't know about that. It would work like that if you wanted it to, but I think that this is just lovely. I would not want to hide this in any way, shape, or form. All right. So that's E27, only $15. Opalescent Glass Beauty. Check that out. Yes. All right. Here y'all go. Lot E28. Little sister friend bead. Little opalescent. Look at that flashing at you. It's glowing at you. I don't know how close I can get it. I wish I could get this like real up close and it wouldn't blur out. All right, that's lot E28, and it's $15 for that hollow opalescent glass bead. Those are kind of like the beads that we kicked the show off with. And if you miss one of those, then maybe you'll be able to get one of these. All right, lot E29, $20. Holy smokes. Talk about like Gustav Klimt. Look at that. It's iridizing. It's an iridescence of where the glass kind of heated. And you've got that kind of metallic sheen on that. And that's in the glass too. That's not going to rub off. And then these are opalescent glass. So those little bubbles, they're glowing at you also. And they've got these wonderful patterns, these very, very kind of elegantly designed with these swirls. And then since it's transparent, you can see the bumps on the other side. So it gives it this really beautiful, almost floating fish tank kind of aquarium, but with like all these like swirling energy. Susan says each bead is more amazing than the last. I agree. They're all beautiful and they just keep getting better and better. But yeah, I love that opalescent glass. I just want to cover my whole entire body with that opalescent glass beads. And I would just like, I don't know, shimmer and shine like a rainbow. I don't know. So it's lot E29, only $20 for this lovely focal bead. This is not a small bead. This is a large, beautiful focal bead. And I would put that in a case all day long. That's a little work of art. And I would fight anybody who disagreed. Oh boy, this one is a profusion of delight. All right, this one, holy smokes. It's a heart-shaped focal bead. The hole goes from top to bottom. This one is a little bit, it's plain on the back. Well, I guess it's not plain, but this is where all the action is. It's on the front. It's like a garden. Like if you use Miracle Grow and then like jacked up all of the goodness in the soil on it, got all the right. It's just like, whoa. I don't know. That's beautiful. I hear those kittens in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear them, but they're like, let me out and play with me. So this is lot E30. Is $26 for this Lampwork Glass focal bead, handmade, handcrafted. Only $26. And I'm going to say it again. If you have worked with glass before, to get that pink color, they have to put a little bit of gold in it to get that color and get that juiciness in it. And so your pink is naturally a more expensive glass because they put that gold in there. And oh boy, here's another like bouquet of beautiful lushness. It's an ivory colored kind of lentil, puffed lentil bead. And then it's got that beautiful floral motif on top. It's like a whole bouquet right there. But anyway, so if you've worked with pink glass before, you know it's a little bit tricky. If you get a smidgen too hot, it can turn this weird kind of baby poop brown color. So when an artist, a glass artist, can work with pinks, it shows a lot to it says a lot about their skill level because they are not overworking it and they're not underworking it. So it's just right. And they can get the most beautiful colors that, to get that color was extremely hard. And there's a wonderful book called Color by Victoria Finlay. And in some of it, she talks about how some of the colors are so rare and people would like spend their whole entire lives trying to get these colors. And here you go. A little slice of wonderful. Marianne says, Daddy has to work to feed you. Correct. I'm trying to rehome some of these Lampwork Glass beads that are so delightful. All right. I love these. This is lot E32, $16 for 4 beads. These remind me of little chive blossoms. I don't know if y'all have those. But make a pair of earrings. Call it neat, y'all. These are lovely. These are super lovely. If nobody gets those, I'll keep them. I'm not joking. So it's got that pale sage green with a little bit of lavender. Lovely beads. A whole set of 4 beads. That's $4 a piece plus an extra 10% off if you get it before tomorrow night's live. There you go. You can have a whole collection using these floral beads. That's lot E32 and is $16 for the set of 4. What? All right. So we're coming close to the end here. This is lot E33 and it's $18 for these a little bit larger. They kind of remind me of the flower. It's called fuchsia. And they kind of remind me of that color palette. It's got a twisted. So you could either have them like this, and it would almost look like a rosebud almost. an abstracted rosebud or floral bud, some kind of bud. So it's like a twisty twirl of that pink. And then here's this one. It's got that purple, that deep, luscious Concord grape purple. And it's spinning. Little alien berries or flowers. It's up to you. All right. Lot E33, $18 for these lovely 3 beads for $18, y'all. Plus, save extra if you order and claim before tomorrow night's live. All right. Last one of the evening. Who's ready? Lot E34. Holy smokes. This beautiful kind of abstract floral. Another really beautiful one. It's got that opalescent glass. You know I like it. And it's got these wonderful kind of swirls. These are kind of, I went to a show of artwork that was abstract artwork, and I could see this. Those pieces were on canvas, but this is definitely like a little abstract painting. So you've got that wonderful ivory background with an opalescence on top, this tracery of this metallic goldish bronze, studded by that with these florals in the middle there. And then it's capped with this kind of grayish, kind of swirly delight on either cap end. And it's a beautiful, beautiful bead. All right. That's the end of the lots for tonight. That's lot E34 and is $26 only. All right. Before I sign off, I just wanted to thank you all so much for all of your generosity and for your patronage and for your patience and understanding and for being supporters of not only us, but all of the artists that we work through. Um, you know, what we do, I feel really blessed to be able to do. It's not always easy. You know, sometimes there are challenges and there are things that are outside of our control, and we kind of have to, you know, evolve and adapt or pivot. There's a lot of change that we've had to go through the past few years. Um, but I feel like we've come through a lot of different things, a lot stronger and better. And most of that strength comes from all of you out there. So we are so thankful for all of you who allow us to continue to do this. Without you, we could not do this. You know, we would have to have other jobs and close up shop. And we couldn't be expanding the way that we have been. You know, sometimes I talk about our plans, and sometimes I'm a little bit downcast when things don't always go according to plan or how we envision it, or it goes, you know, it doesn't always happen the way we would like it to. But on the other hand of that, we wouldn't be able to grow at all if it wasn't for all of the people out there like you who empower us to keep going and spreading beauty in this world and sharing beauty. And, you know, sometimes this world is not a kind place to be. It's not always the most lovely, it can be very harsh and cruel. And I feel really honored that we can spend our lives focused on adding more beauty to the world. So thank you so much, all of you out there. I couldn't say it enough. You know, sometimes I think that I sound like a broken record because I say it so much, but really, I don't think I say it enough. We're so thankful for all of you out there. Thank you, 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 thank you. All right, enough of that. I'm gonna let y'all go. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll be back tomorrow night. And remember, if you missed any of the lots tonight, scroll back and watch the replay. You can do so either on Facebook or YouTube. Lots of options. You can blow them up, pause, and look at them. and send your emails to info@allegorygallery.com. Show the lot numbers that you want, and it's a first come, first served basis. And so we use the timestamps and use that so that we can figure out who claimed what and who got there first. So send an email, info@allegorygallery.com, and William will send out an invoice and get you all hooked up. And thank you again. And hopefully you have a great rest of your evening. Have a good night, everyone. See ya.